Okay, so I'd never even thought about a $20,000 offer in my whole entire life, but just really entering into your world, you absolutely blew my mind and shifted my mindset. I just saw things in a totally different way. You know, it only takes that one person to actually make something click. And that's exactly what happened to me in my brain. When you just kind of, this world gave us the roadmap and really showed us how your own business, how you operate in your own business, it made me see and have like a totally different belief that I can do it without actually overexerting myself and I can get the same result. So I started racking my brain to try and think, how the hell does Juliana charge these prices and how the hell am I going to be able to do exactly the same?
Welcome to Exposed, the show that gives you the raw truth about what it really takes to build a multi-million-dollar coaching business and a life that you're obsessed with. I'm your host, Juliana Garcia, marketing strategist and master coach. And after building a multi-million-dollar business from scratch, each week, I want to take you behind the scenes with actionable business strategies and profound mindset shifts to help you create wealth from the inside and out, so that you can become the exception to the rule in the coaching industry. I'm exposing the uncomfortable truths, the failures, and the topics that most podcasts don't dare to talk about. So let's dive into today's episode. All right. So everyone, I am so delighted to have one of the most special humans in the world, one of my clients, Marion, who is going to share with you how she went from selling $375 bundles to signing $20,000 clients and doubling her revenue in 6 months. What that means is that in the last 6 months, she made double of what she made last year. And we're going to get into everything she did. We're going to get into the things that most coaches don't disclose about their client journey, all the things she didn't comply with, that she didn't do, that she didn't need in order to create the results that she did. So I want to introduce Marion as a good host. Marion is a successful Amazon FBA seller, and she's also a consultant who helps people create Amazon FBA businesses that create at least $10,000 in revenue and $3,000 in profit per month so that they can escape their 9-to-5. Marion, how do you feel right now?
Well, I was feeling nervous, but you've made me so relaxed and I'm just so honored to be here. So thank you for having me on, Juliana.
Oh my God, it's my pleasure. And you are just such an example of what's possible. You're right now, where in the world are you?
Where in the world? I'm actually in my hometown, which is Uganda. So that's where I was born. And I moved to the UK when I was 5. So there was a lot going on in Uganda in terms of war and stuff like that. And it was just going to be a safer place for my mum to raise me elsewhere at that point.
Beautiful. I can resonate with being an immigrant so much. I actually only found out this about Marion like 5 minutes ago before we started. And she was sharing how she feels nervous to do these kinds of interviews. And I share with her that her heart, as soon as she started sharing like all these tidbits about her story, I'm like, I wanted to cry. So guys, you might have to pull out your tissue box, because as you know, I want to just show you the humanness of us. It's not just like, let me show you how we made it to the end and got the shiny result, but really, what does it take? Where do we come from? And show you that no matter what your background is, no matter what your race is, no matter what happened in the past, the traumas that you have gone through, incredible things are possible and they can happen quickly. It doesn't have to take a long time. So let's start by just giving people a little bit of an insight into what inspired you to decide to go for premium clients, and what were you doing before that maybe wasn't working so well in your business?
Absolutely. I'll give you a background story on that. So I was actually offering my services for free. So I started off free until my mum said, what the hell are you doing? You need to be charging people for your time. So then my first ever offer was an hour consultation for £175. And I was scared to even put that out there, but I did it and I got my first client. They paid £175 for an hour, but guess what? They didn't come back. They didn't ask for a second consultation. So that really knocked my confidence and I discontinued. I didn't go down that route any longer. I just thought, it's something I'd done. Maybe I didn't provide a good service. So that was completely the end of my journey at that point.
Okay. And just, I want to pause there because, we're going to talk through your journey in terms of pricing and the things that you had to do to elevate your belief and where you're selling now and how you got there. But I just want to give people a little glimpse of, for free, like doing things for free. And then getting the courage to charge $175 for an hour. Like, did you have kids at the time?
Yes. So I am a single mother of 4. Not by choice. I've had a bit of a tumultuous kind of background in terms of love. I've been in 2 abusive relationships. I know I was a bit reluctant to share this, but I want to be transparent because I do want to help other people and I do want to show, that maybe I don't show to everybody just so that they can understand who I am in a better light, So yeah, I came from 2 abusive relationships and it was really tough. So it left me raising 4 children by myself. And it was tough. It was extremely tough in terms of providing for them. I was in and out of numerous jobs and nothing fit around them. So that's where the need to kind of find something that was ideal. So the passive income route was ideal for me because I wanted to spend more time with my children. But going out there and trying to support my children left me juggling sometimes 4 jobs and which left me extremely exhausted. So although I thought I was doing more to give them a better life and to provide them with a life that I felt they deserved, but I was then taken away from them because I wasn't now present in the way that I would have liked. And I was still dealing with a lot of stuff, past traumas. It was a really tough time.
Yeah. I can just so relate to going, I don't have kids, but I feel like life has given me so many obstacles, like immigration process and, one really difficult relationship, just so many obstacles, not having the support of anyone in my family, that I really had to do things on my own and be my own parent and provide for myself. And I think people like us that have gone through a lot of, difficulties have 2 choices. We either choose to be the victims of our experience, or we really choose to be empowered and to be the victors of the story and to be the ones who are inspiring people later and say like, look, I went through a lot, but I'm still was able to make it here. And that is because we build a character that is required in order to withstand difficult times and still hold ourselves through it and still believe that there's a better option, that it really is just not an option for us not to go for what we want. Because we have no backup plan. There's nobody that's going to come and give us, like save us or, trust fund. I would love a trust fund, anything, but I don't have access to it. So I need to create my own trust fund and one for my kids too. So I just really love that you're just sharing so vulnerably here, that because so many women probably are sitting and listen to this, or in the future will listen to this and just really see themselves in you and see themselves in like whatever capacity of stress or struggle they're going through. And I just want every single one of you to know that Marion is such an example of what's possible. The people that are going to come on these podcasts are such an example of what's possible. But Marion's just, I work with a lot of moms and it's so fascinating because people think that your audience should be like you, but I actually work with mostly just moms. And there's just so much that I admire you all for. So I just want to say, it's just so beautiful that you chose the path of empowerment, and I want to get into it. Okay. So you were charging $175 per session. You got discouraged. And then what happened? You decided to create a new little program, a $375 bundle, right?
Yeah. So I've constantly been investing in myself, just to become a better version of myself. So to speak, working on, like I said, my past traumas, etc., just getting educated in the areas that I felt like I needed in order to kind of up level. Yes. So with investing in myself on different programs, my mindset was constantly being renewed and it was changing. So I got the confidence to now build this bundle where I charged $375, and I literally signed up. I think it was over 15 people within a very short space of time. And I think that brought me near to 5,000. And that's the most that I'd ever kind of made by just offering
Right.
my services. Yeah. So that really gave me a boost of confidence.
And here's what I want to say. I know that I talk a lot about low ticket offers and how they're not ideal because of the kind of clients that you get. You need to be a good audience. And so I want to actually talk a little bit about this because sometimes it is helpful to have something that gives you like a boosting confidence. But the dilemma with that is that if we continue changing our offer to hope that we can source confidence, then we're always going to be at the mercy of, is the offer going to work? And I told my clients yesterday, there is no perfect offer. Is the offer that you choose to make perfect. So when it comes to the bundle that you were creating, I love that you did that. Great. So now let's talk about what happened. What kind of clients did you get? What was your experience selling it? Because it sounds easy to sell like 15 bundles at $375. And it has its benefits. But what were the things that you experienced?
Honestly, it was really hard. I would say that I really attracted a lot of people that still needed to kind of work on their mindset because they really, majority expected me to do the work for them and still get the results. And that's not how my program is kind of set up. You know, I am essentially a mentor. I kind of show you the steps. Yeah. This is what I've done. Yeah, this is what I've done. If you do exactly A, B, C, you will get this result. And it was really difficult working with them, Juliana. That's why I will never sell low ticket. I will never. I think people that pay a premium are going to show up. You know, they've invested in themselves and they want to see the results, you know, and that's the kind of people now caliber of people that I want to now work with, because I get excited with people that are equally as excited and want to see results, because that's what we're doing it for, isn't it? For the transformation. And sometimes I feel like low ticket offers kind of, attract the wrong clientele for sure. Yeah. I didn't know there were premium clients though.
Most people don't know. Most people think that like the only thing we can do is sell a course for $375 and then hope that we get 1 million followers to buy it and hope that one day we have it. It's just, you're not the only one. And this is why I'm so like life or die for a premium coaching business. And so I just love that you are able to share with others that experience, because sometimes I can say it, but people don't believe me. It's fine.
No.
So, okay, so you were selling the $375 bundle, and then you decided to you were like, okay, this is not attracting the right client. And then you decided to, and this is before we worked together, just so everyone knows, you decided to then take the same offer, which is a principle that I teach. You can take the same offer and just raise the price. And then what happened? So you created a $3,000 offer, I think?
Yeah, I did. And I sold that when I was on a retreat. I didn't even fully have a 3K package, ready. I slowly built this program to what it is now. And I'm extremely proud because it's a lot of value for what people are paying. And the results, you're going to get that 10K months in revenue with a minimum of 3K profit to That's replace amazing. Your 9 to 5. Yeah, literally.
So how did you decide? I know that what you were selling in the $375 bundle was 3 sessions, right? Essentially 3 sessions with you. Then you raised the price to $3,000. Did it include the 3 sessions?
Yes, it did, because that's a program that I specifically designed to actually get you started. So I really support the individual to set up their Amazon FBA business. And there's a process in that, so that I couldn't eradicate or remove anyway from the structure. That has to happen. And and then I've just added to it, and my one-to-one, my 3K program is one-to-one. It's bespoke. I hold your hand and I actually care. I am not here to just take your money and not guarantee any type of result. No, I'm there to hold your hand because I want to see the results.
I love that. Okay. So you decided to create that offer and you started selling that offer last year. You made 60,000 pounds.
Just slightly above that. Yeah, around that mark. Yeah.
Okay. And tell me what happened. Let's move on to this year, because this year you have doubled. I think that's around the time you came into my life, into my world. Okay.
When you came into my life.
Yes. So let's talk about, because I want to give people like the tactical and the mindset, right? So you had this 3K offer, which you guys, you can do. If you're selling a $300, bundle of sessions, choose to raise the price. It takes the same amount of energy to sell a $300 offer than a $3,000 offer. And then you can coach people on whatever it is the result is that they want to get. Maybe add some videos, but don't wait to have it ready. I love, Marion, that you're an example of that. Like, I never waited to have everything perfect in the beginning stages of my business. Now with the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, I definitely is a different thing. But I didn't wait to have everything perfectly branded, ready. I started selling. And that is the most important thing. So many people ask me, okay, I need to have this sales page. I need to have, the curriculum, and I need to have the platform with the videos and the worksheets and the everything, because they see the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind and they compare it to that, or they see like other courses. And I got to tell you, I have had clients who've had $300,000 launches, $500,000 launches without a sales page of a brand new program. No sales page, maybe a little Word document with like the bullets of what they're going to get. But the reason why it sells is because they don't believe that they need all of that to sell. They believe in the offer, and the way that you presented the value of this offer, even just to me right now, you're like, I know you're going to get the results. I'm going to be there for you. Like, your belief around that offer is really high. And that's why it sells. It's not because you have the perfect curriculum. And that's something that I want everyone to pay attention to. Are you thinking that in order for you to sell your offer, you need the perfect curriculum, or that you need to believe in the offer like it's the best thing that your clients can do? And Marion, you have that about your 3K offer, and that's why it sells. So you did that offer, and then you came into my world, and what happened?
Okay, so I'd never even thought about a $20,000 offer in my whole entire life. But just really entering into your world, you absolutely blew my mind and shifted my mindset on a different level. The Richter scale went up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw things in a totally different way. It only takes that one person to actually make something click. And that's exactly what happened to me in my brain. When you just kind of as well gave us the roadmap and really showed us how your own business, how you operate in your own business, it made me see and have like a totally different belief that I can do it without actually overexerting myself, and I can get the same results. So I started racking my brain to try and think, how the hell does Juliana charge these prices? And how the hell am I going to be able to do exactly the same? I looked at my business through a fine tooth comb and basically saw where I could add more value. And I, just like with the 3K program, I didn't have it ready. I had no clue how I was going to present it to the world, but I just had this belief that, once you showed me and then I applied it in my own business, that I could actually recreate this. And just the excitement came. And when I was now presenting it to others, they saw that excitement and enthusiasm and believed in the vision. And I got my first 16K client, which that's in GBP, but USD, that's 20,000. And I was blown away,
Okay. And so I want to talk about this because, well, actually, before I ask you the next question, you joined the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind and you learn these principles and you're continuing to learn them because, by the way, guys, she hasn't even come to all the calls. She hasn't even watched the modules. Like, in my containers, I teach my clients the first thing, which is you are not here to be a student. You are here to be a CEO. So you don't need to go through all the modules. In fact, you're not meant to. There's only going to be one or two things that you really need that are going to shift everything for you. And you are such a beautiful example of that. I have so many clients who literally don't come to the calls ever and have incredible results because they don't think, oh, I need to get coached every week in order to get a result. They have the belief like, I just need to be in this person's world and I'm going to learn what I need in order to transform. So I don't believe, like, for me, that's not how I normally buy. I buy and I'm like, I want to get coached. I want to know how many sessions. But every single person that I talk to that has joined the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, majority of them tell me that they didn't even know they get copy coaching inside of the container. They bought because they wanted to be in my energy, which I find so wild. I'm like, what? It's like bullshit. And so this is like a vulnerable thing for me that I've been leaning into because I'm so into selling myself on the value of my offer, selling myself on me and my ability to create what I want, and selling myself on the ability of clients. The clients have to really take the next step. And I think all of those things combined have helped me, plus a lot of energy work and a lot of other things have helped me become this person that has so much conviction and courage. So you came to one of my trainings, you joined the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. Let's just talk a little bit about how was it like to make that decision? Was it scary? Had you ever invested this much? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Heck yeah, it was scary. I went through the form, I remember, and I was ready. But then I got to the last end where it was now to make a deposit to pay, and something happened, and I was like, whoa, I can't do this. And I was like, Marion, what is that? Because yes, I hadn't spent that amount, on a mentor ever, but I just knew once I made the decision, something great was going to happen. I just knew because I started binge watching your content. So I had this belief that actually you were going to come through for me in some shape or form, because I was struggling in certain areas, how to speak to my ideal client and stuff like that. I wasn't always attracting the right clientele, so I still needed to kind of hone in on what I was doing. And I strongly believe that you were going to be the right coach, mentor to kind of get me there. So yeah, I was scared and I had to kick myself up the backside and say, Marion, where's this fear coming from? Just invest. You are resourceful. So I had to take my shift away from the money, because this is how I'm even telling my clients how to conduct themselves. Don't focus on that. Focus on the transformation, what you're going to get afterwards. And I had a strong belief that actually I was in the right place. And I know I am by the way you coach. I get so much. I know you're saying I've not been coming and seeing the videos or attending, but every time I do, oh my God, the gems. And you coaching others. So even when you're not directly coaching me, I get so much from you coaching other people as well, shifting my own issues, things that I'm battling with. So yeah, I'm getting my money's worth. Trust me.
Well, I mean, your results show it, right? Okay, so I want to ask you about your experience being coached by me, whereas directly and indirectly. Like, how does that work? Because a lot of people think, am I going to get enough attention in the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind? Am I going to get enough? And I'm just curious for you what would you say to people who feel like, what if I don't get enough attention? Because everyone in the mastermind always gets exactly what they came for, but they only know that after the fact. They get more than what they came for. But before, which is a lot of people listening, they're like, should I invest $10,000, pay in full, or get a payment, or whatever they're doing? They're in a decision drama. So what does it feel like to be coached by me? What do you get out of that experience?
Oh my gosh, you're just incredible. I think that you have this gift. So when you're coaching others, I feel like I'm being coached, so I don't need to be coached directly by you to feel like I'm getting coached. I think you have this unique ability to kind of really draw out of people, diagnose them like a doctor, and find out what their real issue is and get down to the core of what is actually going on with them and their mindset. And that's the times that are so awe-inspiring, authentic, because I've literally broken down in tears watching you coach. Obviously, I'm not going to mention names because I just saw what her struggle was, and that resonated with me. I'll say what the issue is, but not bring the person up. But she was having issues with like that imposter syndrome and sabotaging herself. And I've been there, and because of my past being in an abusive relationship, my confidence and my self-esteem has been incredibly low. So that really resonated with me. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but that really resonated with me. And watching you coach her in just such a kind way really spoke to me as well. So like I said, I'm getting my money's worth. You don't have to be coaching me directly, but watching you coach others is definitely coaching me in different ways. So I'm feeling good. I'm trying not to get emotional, but yeah, I just wanted to say that I feel like you're incredibly amazing and you're very kind in how you deal with people. It's like, I think you should be a therapist as well. Add that to your resume, because I feel that's what I get in Juliana's coaching program as well. I go away and it gives me time to really reflect, on what I've learned from Juliana and the group as a whole. It's just invaluable, really.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And this is part of what people don't know they're also getting outside of I help you clarify your message to attract premium clients. And we dive into your strategy. And with surgical precision, I get into your business and I tell you the things that are probably not necessary and the things that actually are going to move the needle forward. Like my mind is very strategic and very like spirit, like I don't want to go spiritual, but just like I have the ability to shift from like, let's talk about deep strategy and tactics to like, let's go and like look at your inner child and how that's like stopping you from implementing this. And like, let's look at the patterns and the blind spots that we don't have a view of alone. So let's get practical aspect of what are the three things you did in order to go from signing low end clients at $375 to 20K clients. And I want to start with one of the things you've mentioned that was so important for you, which was your offer. So tell us briefly, what were the things that you did? Because that's actually one of the main parts of what I teach. Like, how do we elevate our offer? What did you do to elevate your offer? What was your thought process behind that?
Okay, so absolutely, I had to get clear on what I was offering, and you gave us that clarity with kind of showing us how your own business was structured. So I got very clear on that. And that was able to translate in the way that I conveyed that to my premium clients. And yeah, that those limiting beliefs also had to get shifted, because how can I sell something to someone that I didn't even believe in myself? So yeah, and I would say the initial step was investing. I think that's key, because if I hadn't, and I keep saying that to now my clients now, if I hadn't invested, in you, then my mindset wouldn't have shifted. I wouldn't even be here with a premium offer. So that was my initial. And I keep saying, don't underestimate the power of having a mentor or coach. But your coaching has helped me actually coach some of my premium clients. So like I said, I've had to get people to really look to see if working with me is the best thing for them. And I've not been scared to let clients go. And that's all because of you. That's all because of you.
Yeah, because we live in a world of abundance. When we know clients are all around us, premium clients are all around us, when we know how to communicate the value of what we do, like what can stop us? If we sign a client that's not the right fit, that's okay. We can let them go because another one's coming. And there's no grabbiness, there's no neediness, there's no attachment. It's like, I want you to have the best for you. And I want to also have the best in my container, like the most aligned match. And so that's a whole other conversation that we could get into in another podcast episode. But let's continue with the things. So really the things you did is you elevated the value of your offer, how you communicated. Sounds like you applied the mindset principles around pricing and elevated all those limiting beliefs. And then the last thing that you mentioned before the call that you wanted to talk about that I'm bringing up, because by the way, guys, Marion was like, guide me because I'm going to forget everything. So I wrote it down. You said being in the environment of somebody who believes in bigger things.
I borrowed your belief system like in such a massive way. Like I said, I really binged watched your content, and I was racking my brain thinking, how the hell does Juliana charge these crazy prices? And just by listening to you and just how you put yourself out there in the world, I just saw that I needed to make those kind of shifts as well. And that's what I did. I literally emulated what you've created, that belief system, those offers. I've just done exactly what you have done. You created the blueprint and I'm just following.
Yeah. I love that. Now, here's something that I want to say about that. There are two types of people. There are the people who want to know the step by step and who will just emulate what works for them because they want to have a similar business model to the coach that they're hiring. And there are people who want to be supported in finding a way that works for them specifically. And those two types of people join the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, and they both get exactly what they came for. So I don't tell you what to do and tell you you should only do it this way. We explore what's the best way for you to do it, but we keep the premium business principles because they always work, which is all about having a premium message, making sure you're sold on your offer, no matter how much you're charging, that you're really sold on your offer, that you know how to communicate the value, and that you know how to feel really rooted in your ability to sell it, even if you haven't created it yet, like you did. And just know how to navigate those emotions that people might have whether they make a $5,000 investment or a $50,000 investment. They're still going to have thoughts and doubts. So if this is going to work, is this going to work? And that's why I'm like, why not just sell the $5,000 thing where you can actually provide the value that they need, the support, so that you feel resourced, they feel supported, and there's not this unequal energy exchange that was happening, let's say, with your bundles where you felt like you had to carry people through. And now you're not doing that. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, wait, Juliana, do we just join? And then you give us some blueprint that we have to follow. And if we don't, then we're going to fail. No, we adjust everything to your business. But Marion, as the consultant brain that she has, she likes blueprints, and I'm all about processes. So it works. So how did you double your income in 12 months? You started selling $20,000 offers, and then you continue selling your $3,000 offer. So just to summarize, how did you end up doubling your revenue in 6 months compared to what you did last year? What was the simple things that you did?
Definitely elevated my offer, added more value, just looked at my business and saw that I can do more for my clients, and just had that strong belief that there were premium clients out there, because I never thought that was even a thing.
So I want to summarize for everyone who's listening how Marion doubled her revenue in 6 months by doing only a couple of very simple things. She kept her $3,000 offer, right? That's like her flagship offer. And she elevated that offer into a $20,000 offer, which is now part of her premium offer suite. She has 2 offers that she sells consistently. Sounds like you joined the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind and you'll learn how to sell both of them with more conviction, with more clarity, with more precision. And that's all you did. You didn't launch 300 other things. You didn't have to grow your followers to 1 million. You didn't have to follow trends on Instagram all of the time to try to see if you networked, you talked to people, you did some reels, you did some collaborations with people that I see you do it. I mean, I see you do your own thing. Like, you did one live stream and you got a client from that.
Yes. You told us to do a live stream. I was like, oh, because I was still kind of getting my feet wet where that's concerned. I don't like putting myself out there. That's the thing. I don't mind one-on-one networking, but yeah, I went on a live stream. Somebody hopped on and literally we had a discovery call and she joined the program, and that's because of you again. So you're really pushing me out of my comfort zone, making me see myself, all my BS, because that's what you do. Your unique ability to put a mirror up at people's faces so they can really look what their problems are, situations are.
So I just want everyone to know that it doesn't take time to create results. It takes courage. And that's what one of my friends, Alice Moscow, says. It doesn't take time, it takes courage. And it takes courage to do both things in your business, back yourself up, and have your back no matter what. Even if you get 50 no's, like my client Angie, who I'm going to interview right after you. And it's all about having that level of conviction and courage that what you want is possible. So I want everyone to really remember this. It doesn't have to be complicated for you to double your revenue. It can be a couple of simple tweaks. What's going to happen is you're going to try to do this on your own and you'll be like, wait, how do I do this? And that's why I really want to invite you to join the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, because in just 3 months, I help you elevate the quality of clients that you attract. I help you elevate your message, your sales process, so that you feel confident, like Marion, knowing how to sell something more expensive or how to sell more of what you already have at scale, because that's what you did, Marion. You already had your 3K offer and you wanted to sell more of it. And then we added that $20,000. Well, you added that $20,000 offer on top. I had nothing to do with that. You just decided, you went, you sold it, and then you told me about it, which was amazing. So I help you sell more of what you have. I help you elevate an offer. Maybe get behind your price if you're like, I'm really exhausted. I have so many clients. I don't want to be coaching all of the time, but I want to increase my revenue. Well, we need to see how we can do that. We can raise your prices. There could be so many different ways, but raising your prices is the easiest one. And everyone thinks it's the hardest one, but it's the easiest one. So I just want you to know, if you're listening to this, that again, results don't take time, they take courage. And if you want support in elevating your message and attracting more premium clients, apply to the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. We are open for the September round. And at this point, when you're going to be listening to this, we're still going to have the early bird bonuses available, which are you get $1,000 off. You get access to the Momentum Mastermind, which is my higher level mastermind where I take my clients to $1 million. And you also get a one-on-one call with me when you pay in full. So any final words that you want to offer to everyone who's listening here and who feels like they see themselves in you?
Yes. I mean, being on your program has been extremely incredible. Your energy is just, I don't know, it's infectious. And when people say that it's because your energy, it's truly, that's the thing, that's what magnetized or made me gravitate towards you. And it's the thing that's been carrying me through this and constantly getting the results. I just being in your ecosystem, in your community has just kept me accountable. And yeah, I'm really excited for what the future holds because I just never thought that I would be here. And I'm extremely grateful.
I'm so grateful for this moment, for you as a client. I'm so proud of you. I come from a third world country too, and we are fucking doing the damn thing. We are literally paving the way for our kids, our friends, people that come from the same places that we do to really see what's possible. And I just want you to know how much of a badass you are. And I take zero credit for any of your results because you did everything. It's all you. So what would you say to somebody who's on the fence about joining?
Yeah, I would always say what Jim Rohn says, which is if you really want something, you'll find a way. And if you don't really want something, you'll find excuses. And I'm so glad because that's what I was doing. I'm so glad I identified with that when I was signing up to you and just kind of, like I said, kicked myself up the backside and just decided that no, it's not about excuses. I really want this. I want to see a change in my business and you are the right mentor for me. So I'm glad, I listened to myself, my inner self, and I signed up to your program because I'm still blown away for what I've created. I'm getting goosebumps just saying that. Oh, getting chills. Just imagine if I didn't sign up to you, I wouldn't be here. So I'm forever grateful to you, Juliana.
All credit is yours. All credit is yours. And I'm so happy that we were able to co-create together. You're so amazing. I love you so, so much. So thank you. One of the first interviews for clients. And everyone, make sure you get those bonuses. You get $1,000 off. You get access to the Momentum Mastermind so I can get you coached ASAP. As soon as you pay, you get access. We coach every Wednesday. And then you get access to all the modules. And also you get a one-on-one call with me when you pay in full. So I can't wait to have you in there. Take this as your sign. And Marion, where can everyone find you in case they want to work with you?
Oh, yes. So they can follow me on Instagram. Thanks for this. Thanks for the plug. You can find me at Q_consultancy on Instagram.
Beautiful. We're going to link that in the comments so that we don't have to spell out every letter.
I know.
So that you guys can follow Marion. She's incredible. Such an inspiration in creating just so many opportunities for so many people who want to leave their 9-to-5.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget, we have the early bonuses available that are going to go away in a few days. So make sure that you send me a message on Instagram, send me an email, smoke signal. If you have any questions, whatever it takes, I am here for you. I want to make sure that you get the support that you need in order to elevate your business to heights that you didn't even think were possible so quickly. So I love you all so much, and I'll speak to you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look, I'm going to be honest. I never like leaving reviews or sharing episodes unless it's something that really moved me. So if this show resonated with you today, please leave a review. It would mean the world to me. And send it to somebody who really wants to know the raw, exposed truth about what it really takes to create $1 million business and a delicious life. And as a thank you, I'm gifting you a free mini course about the 3 mistakes that coaches make that repel premium clients and how to fix it so that you can start attracting clients now. Check out the show notes to access it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.